Hello, 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 hello. How you guys doing? Um, it's that time. Big Blue been up all night, um, working on you know business. Today is December 20th, 2012, and I need to do some push-ups, some sit-ups. I'm gonna be at 21,940 push-ups, 23,150 sit-ups, and I need to do some running. Really need to get out there and do some running. Haven't been doing too much, but the last 24 hours have been very, very productive. We have acquired Blue Freight Logistics, our EIN number. That's the employee identification number. Um, the IRS issued it to me. I went on the email and got it. It's gonna still be another like 15 to 20 days to get the letter, but the actual number was available to me online. I had to pay for it I think I paid about 125 bucks or $99 or something, which is something new because in the past you didn't have to pay for a EIN number. Um, and we've applied for our bank account with Bank of America. So I'm going to have to provide them with some documentation, our certificate of incorporation, certificate of good standing. Once they get that, they'll allow me to open the corporate bank account. And we've also applied for our freight brokers authority from the Federal Transportation Administration. That was another 300 bucks. I still have to provide them with a surety bond of approximately $10,000, and I have to also provide them with a designated agent, which I have. So I'll be able to provide them everything that they need, and we can move forward. Be able to move forward. Um, so we've accomplished all of that, and like I said, everything on a personal and on a professional level is moving forward. So I'm really excited about that. Everything's moving forward. Um, it's a lot of little details. Now, everything is being kept in this binder. I just want to show it to you. I don't know if you could read that, but right there it says Blue Freight Logistics. I don't know if you can see that. See where it says that? It says Blue Freight Logistics. So all of the documentations are being kept in here, and for everything that I mentioned, we actually get the as the director of the corporation, I have to authorize it before it happens. So the organizational minutes are kept here, the authorization to open the bank account, appointment of officers, officer salary. Right now I'm the only officer, and it's $1 a year, so it's not a whole lot because there's not a whole lot of money for that. The corporate seal, share certificate, issuance of shares, 1,500 shares, $1,500. Um, and authorization for the payment of expenses, general licensing authority, um, issuance of shares for cash, and we say 1,500 shares for $1,500. So that's what we're looking at. The issuance of the shares, 1,500 shares, and the appointment of the only officer. The bylaws. Basically, the bylaws, I'm keeping them very simple. You got to get, basically, you have to get permission to do everything from the board of directors, no matter how minor, because it's, we're so small right now. But we are incorporated in Delaware, and Delaware is the premier state to have a corporation. If you want to have a corporation, you want to be incorporated in Delaware. It, to me, the benefits, it ends up costing you a little bit more than being in your own home state, but the laws are so well defined in Delaware, that if you're serious about business, that's where you want to be. You want your headquarters in Delaware, and the vision for this business is to be international. So we're going to be national and international in a hurry. So that's what we're looking at. Well, the first meeting, of course, was, there was not notice given, so I have a waiver of notice of organizational meeting of directors for of Blue Freight Logistics. The undersigned, duly elected directors of the above named corporation do hereby severally waive notice of the time and place of a meeting of directors of the corporation and consent that the meeting be held. And this was November 28, 5 p.m., North Miami, Florida. And I'm the director, so I signed off on that. The organizational meeting, of course, was November 28, 5 p.m. So that was the, day one. That's when the corporation was filed on, November 28. So, I had to go online and verify that. So I went online, and all of that is noted within the corporate records also. And I was chosen chairman by the board of directors, which I'm the only board of directors, so it was unanimous. And like we said, the bylaws are a work in progress. You're going to keep adding to them, but right now we're keeping them very simple. You have to get authority for everything. So that's the main bylaw right now. So we're moving forward. Approval of the corporate tax year, ends December 31st. So, we approved that. Approval of the independent audit of corporate financial records. It's my desire to hire a Big Four accounting firm. In this case, I want to hire like Price Waterhouse CPA. I want them to be my CPA. It's big money. You need big money to pay them, but we have big aspirations for this company. Well, there's no compensation for attending corporate meetings, so that was agreed upon. No salary, no commission, no per diem, no travel, no nothing, because there's not the funds there yet. Indemnification and insurance for directors. We sell indemnify, so we wanna insure to the fullest extent, and being registered in Delaware actually makes this an easier process because the laws are so well defined there. So that limits the liability, and as long as we keep good records, we don't have to worry about getting sued or someone piercing our corporate veil. Authorization for corporate credit and charge cards. Um, I have the authorization for a couple cards, Visa, American Express, they're authorized here and the limits are indicated. So all of that is authorized. And, we had another meeting on December 4th. So I have that listed here. And that actually was the shareholders meeting. The annual shareholders meeting was December 4th, for our first year. Payment and deduction of organizational. The corporation is going to have to reimburse me for all the money that I'm spending to organize it. So far, I'm out about $900. So they're going to have to reimburse me for that. Now, the S corporation agreement, that's form 2553, and I'm actually working on that to get it into the IRS as soon as possible. I used a online process, and having a little technical difficulties with it. So hopefully that'll be resolved, and I can, I'm gonna fax it to them so that they get it a lot quicker. I filled everything out online. I'm just gonna fax it to them. So basically, I paid the fee for the PDF to allow me to fill out the form online, and I filled it out. And when I tried to email it, fax it online, it wouldn't let me. And I sent an email to the PDF, to the software company, let them know that, hey, I purchased your software and I'm having problems with it. So hopefully that'll go through, and we can get that. We have to get that in before March 15th. You got 2 months and 15 days, 75 days. So we got to get that in, but I want to have it in before the end of this month. So in the first 30 days, I have it in there. And we're going for the subchapter S, although you end up spending a little bit more money for it, but you want the peace of mind to know that you're separating your personal expenses from your business expenses. You don't want to mix the two. You want to separate the corporate liability from personal liability. You want to protect your assets, so it's worth the cost. It's worth the cost. So so that's pretty much where we're at, and so we're making a whole lot of progress. And spending a lot of money, but that's the way it works. If you wanna play in the business world, you gotta spend. Uh, so that's pretty much where we're at with that. Other than that, we just, like I said, we're gonna get the bond in, get my surety bond in, and get my other paperwork, get that done. I'm gonna work on that today, and that'll be in, and hopefully get all that in before Christmas, man. That'll really be real good, because we're making real good progress. We say today's the 19th. Yeah, we get all that in before Christmas. Today's the 20th, actually. 20th. That'll be real good, because after Christmas, boy, you have to wait till the new year to really do much. So anything I could do now, we could start the new year running, just running, 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 running. Um, Other than that, um, I pretty much got everything covered. Oh yeah, we added UPS to our holdings. Um, Basically, you want to save 10% of what you make a year, and was ready to add something. I actually, during the course of the year, we had to liquidate. I had to liquidate um, Apple Computer. I think I mentioned that yesterday. Apple's a wonderful company. I recommend it, but the stock price was going down. Needed some money to pay some bills and stuff. So I ended up selling Apple, and I don't regret it because it went down. You never regret making we broke even, made a small profit. So so you can't regret that. Um, if anything, it was just right on time, right on time. And I'm always looking. Decided to pull the trigger on UPS. Got some of that. Now, in terms of the stock market, will there be a stock market crash? Blah blah blah. To be honest with you, I don't care. You know, I feel that it's like the ocean. Um, the waves are always coming. It's deep out there. If the stock market crashes, they're saying it's going to be a 90% crash. Oh well, there's nothing I can do about it. You just have to live with it. Thankfully, none of my holdings are, how could you put that? I don't have too much um, debt on my holdings, so if I have to, sink, it doesn't bother me. Although, we will be looking at maybe liquidating a position. Um, but before I liquidate something, I like to look at it. Right now, everything across the board is trending lower. So there's definitely something out there, but my experience has shown me that you can't time the market. Yeah, there's a recession coming, blah blah blah. You take your precautions, and yeah, we'll liquidate. Um, I'm gonna look at them very closely. Might liquidate. You're talking about selling maybe consumer oriented stocks, things that are business oriented. You wanna maintain, but the economy is 70%. The U.S. economy is 70% based on consumer expenditures. So um, if you lose 70% of the economy, even the business gets slowed. So it's it's a pretty heady thing, and I'm gonna be, I'll let you know how I, what move I make in that area. But right now, I'm not really losing any sleep over it. I'm just focused on building. You want to keep focused on building, and because good times, bad times, there'll be opportunities out there. People need to eat, whether it's good or bad. So, you can always make money dealing in food commodities because people need to eat. So there are areas of the economy where, that are recession proof. So those are the areas that we're focused on. The death care industry, food, transportation, logistics. These are recession proof. So as I look at my holdings, those are the area, oil, gas, people gonna still need to go to work. They still gonna need to drive. They're gonna drive less, but they still need it. So most of my holdings are recession proof. So that's where that's what we're looking at. Now, in terms of, let's see, in terms of, yeah, we're moving into the multi-level marketing. I'm identifying some key community leaders, and we're going to approach them, and we're just going to immerse this entire community here, North Miami, northeastern Miami-Dade County. We say the Haitian American community. We're just going to hit them hard. We'll go after some of, might even go after some of the military folks. Help them to raise some money. The family relations group. We're just going to go after it real hard. Because you can't. You have to push. You got to push. That's what I did last, time the economy slowed. We pushed into the deaf care industry, took the classes, and I'm pretty much done. I just have that one class that I need to take, so kind of get caught up on that. But I'm really excited about that because we have those relationships now. And it's recession proof. We go for that recession proof. So that pretty much touches on a whole lot. Delaware, I'm excited about the prospects there, and it's a small state. We want to push up in there and build those relationships. Move forward. Now, I need people to just reach out to me, as many people as possible, because what we're doing is we're going to be helping as many people as possible to set up their own home-based business. You got to have your home-based business. So we're just going to help as many people as possible, and I'm excited with it. We're just going to push it, help as many people as possible. In terms of what else we got going on, that's pretty much it. Family, yeah, we have a death in the family, and that's very sad. Hopefully that's gonna go well. Pay your last respects, and we're gonna move forward. You always want to do more, but you can only do what you can do. Because it'd be great. You could just step in and take charge of everything, but you do what you can do. Other than that, I pretty much, I'm pretty much tapped out. I'm doing everything that I can do, moving forward, and spending a little bit more than I want to spend, but you got to make those investments, and hopefully, moving forward on the other side, it pays off. I feel it will pay off. I know it will pay off. We're gonna make it pay off, but it's not that that easy. It's not that easy. You gotta, you wanna make sure that you're doing no harm. You're helping out, and that's what we want. That's what we want. You can see I got all the gifts there. You can kind of see that. So, he's still in that Christmas spirit. Um, just gotta make a few phone calls and get stuff going, and that's pretty much it. I'm all I can tell you is I'm I'm all excited. We're moving forward, and it's not going to be easy, but we've accomplished a lot during the month of December. We spent a lot of money, but in the business world, you gotta spend. You gotta spend sometimes. You could say, oh, you don't want to spend, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that, but the way it's set up, at least here in America, maybe somewhere else you don't have to, but here, um, for example, in the trucking industry, it's highly regulated. You have to have a broker's license in order to be a broker. If you just do an international, you don't need a license, to be an international freight broker. But to do freight brokerage in America, you need it. You got to have authority from the federal government. Now, to get that authority, you need an employee identification number. To get an employee identification number, you need to set up a corporation. You know, I'm setting up a general corporation, and I'm electing to be subchapter S. So I won't, I'm still gonna have to fill out another corporate return, but it's gonna be the 1120S instead of a 1120C or what have you. So one thing leads to another, and you gotta spend. You gotta spend for this, spend for that, and now you out of almost $1,000. But that's the way it works here. It's a lot of red tape. Oh yeah, to open a bank account for your company, you need to have that. Now, if you don't do all of that, you don't get the protection. Your personal assets are on the line. You have bigger liabilities, and then you don't want your information floating around out there. So that's why you do all the things that you do to protect your personal information and to comply with the law. So it's a lot of work. It's a whole lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's interesting, but you got to do what you got to do because you want to be legal. You want to be legit, and then you don't have to worry about you know the operational side. That's going to take care of itself. Now let's see what else we got. Um, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I see I'm coming up to my 30-minute mark. Only thing I can tell you out there, you need to reach out to me. Reach out to me. Call me. Let me know what's going on. Because we're moving. We're making those moves. And I'm taking you with me. Whether you want to or not, I'm going to make you live the life of your dreams. So just reach out to me, and let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So later.